All right, Jacob. So first of all, just talk about last year. You get kind of thrown into the mix a little bit, and then you get hurt. So what was it like playing early on, and then having to go back kind of to being a redshirt like the rest of these guys?
I mean, it was a really good experience to get in those first 3 games. Just kind of get the feel for what game day is like here in Bozeman with the team, and then got injured, and it was great to get to build a relationship and with the redshirt freshmen in the weight room over the winter and towards the second half of the season. So kind of got the best of both worlds last year.
Choate was saying that you guys, even though so many of you played as true freshmen, that he tried to keep the group together a little bit, working out together and stuff like that. Do you feel like you guys were able to do that, maintain continuity as a class, even though like half of you played in real live games?
Yeah, we really maintained that the relationship between the guys that were playing. We were in there Tuesday, Thursdays, and on the weekends we'd have games working out. So we still built really good relationships with the guys that redshirted and then the guys that were true freshmen last year. So that was a really good deal.
What was your offseason like? Choate said the move to linebacker kind of came because you came back and you were a lot heavier. So what sort of things did you do to gain the weight, and what was that like for you?
Ate a lot of food.
Was that part of the plan? I mean, did you feel like you needed to gain weight or you wanted to gain weight?
Yeah, before we left for winter break, they kind of told me they plan on moving me to linebacker, so I kind of figured that I should probably start packing on the pounds.
I know when you came in here there was a little bit of a question what you might play. It could be a corner, could be a receiver, could be a safety. So now that you're playing linebacker, what do you think of that? I mean, what do you think of just the position that you've fallen into?
I really like it a lot. Coach Ty's really helped me out, and I think it's a good fit, and it's just fun being on defense.
What's the biggest adjustment you have to make playing Sam, maybe as opposed to safety or corner like you have in the past?
Pad level. Being a tall guy, you got to really work on getting your pads lower or you're going to get ran over. So that's something I really need to work on the last few weeks of spring ball and going into fall camp.
Is it different playing one level up in the box and stuff like that at the line of scrimmage?
It is. You take on a lot more big guys. You got to be physical, setting an edge, and you're really in the mix a lot more than you are at safety. So I enjoy that.
What do you think of this position battle you got going on here? I know they moved Mac inside, so now it's kind of you two battling for that Sam spot. So how do you think that's playing out so far?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we really complement off each other. It's not like we want each other to do bad. We're always encouraging each other, helping each other out. So we're just trying to make each other get better so our team gets better.
What was the biggest adjustment you had to make during your freshman year, maybe off the field, just acclimating to college life and things like that?
Time management's a big deal. That's something I kind of struggled with towards the end of last semester, but something you just got to work on and get down, get a schedule going, and stick to it.
Do you feel like you got a better hold of it now, though?
Yes, for sure.
Well, last one for you then. What about this weekend? What do you guys want to get out of this Triangle Classic?
Turnovers. It's all about the ball. We want to get the ball.
Last year, redshirting, what was that experience like? I know you've been playing this game for a long time, so not getting a chance to play on Saturdays, what was that like for you?
It was just a lot different. It was nice to take a half a year off and get healthy, get in the weight room, get bigger, learn the defense. I think overall it was pretty helpful.
What sort of things did you do in the off season to try to build that strength and gain that weight?
Just lift, eat, do as much as you can, and just keep yourself in good health.
You look a lot bigger. How much weight did you gain?
I gained about 10 pounds.
How do you think you're reacting to it? I mean, do you feel like you're moving okay and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's good, lean muscles, so I'm hanging in there, and not really any problems from it.
What do you think is your ideal playing weight?
Obviously if I can get up to about 215, 220, I'd be pretty happy, but you don't have to be big to play big. So.
No doubt. Moving to a spot with a guy like Mac Bignell where he did thrive at maybe only about 200, 205 pounds, does that give you some confidence that you can play at that spot without maybe being 220?
Yeah, Mac's definitely a good influence to look up, and it shows what you can do at the position. So.
Being a redshirt guy, but also being a local guy, did that maybe give you a unique experience where guys kind of leaning on you to teach them about Bozeman and things like that?
Oh yeah, it was pretty unique, being the hometown guy, having guys come from Cali and Texas, from all over, and you just help show them what's Bozeman's about, the outdoors, and having fun.
What was some of your other maybe main adjustments you had to make coming in as a freshman, just off the field? What sort of things, just adjusting to college life and stuff like that?
Living in the dorms is pretty sweet. You're away from your family, a lot of schoolwork. All in all, it wasn't too bad.
Who are you living with in the dorms?
Will Martell.
Oh, cool. So you guys are kind of the double Bozeman
Yeah,
guys.
double Bozeman guys are living together.
That's awesome. Well, how about your guys' class? What do you think of just the continuity you guys have been able to build, even though there was some guys who played and some guys who didn't?
I think we're a great class. Obviously, a lot of the guys are from Montana, so I've known and played against them a lot. And then obviously the guys from out of state that came in, I'm super stoked about. We have a really good chemistry.
What do you think of the battle you got going on at Sam, and what's it going to take to maybe emerge as the front runner in that going into fall?
The competition right now is just, me and Hadley are obviously pushing each other and want the best for each other. Just that's the best for each other, and that's it. What comes out on top is on top.
Coach Ione leaving, obviously the big news so far of spring. So what was your guys' initial reaction as a room, and then how do you think you guys are doing adjusting to Coach Gregorak?
We're all stoked for him. To go to UW, we're happy for him. Obviously, it's a tough transition, but Coach Gregorak's a great LB coach, and I love working with him. I think it's a good transition.
Last thing for you, Triangle Classic, what do you think that experience will be like for you, especially getting to deal with all the fans and stuff on Friday night, and then what do you hope to get out of the game on Saturday?
I just hope to produce and show what I can do, and then I hope we play good as a team, and all in all, it's a good time.
Thanks, Blue. So, Ty, first to start with being back coaching linebackers, what's it like? I know it's a familiar spot for you, but doing it here at Montana State, what's that like for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been fun. I coached a hybrid linebacker-ish guy last year in the Bucks, but coaching Mike and Wills and in our Sam position has been a lot of fun. Really like the group of guys we have, and I think they're hungry to get better. They want to get great, so to speak, and we've got a long way to go to get there, but it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed the last week or two. Gosh, it's almost been 2 weeks, I guess. Crazy. Every day feels like Groundhog Day. So
yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, though. I love it. It's like I'm passionate about it. I love the linebacker position. Getting to work with it, coach it right now has been a lot of fun.
Last year when you were recruiting the Bucks, just a handful of guys. Now you have a full group. So does it feel like you're back at it? I mean, did you miss it?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it is. Like Jeff and I were talking, it was coaching a smaller group of guys is a little more manageable when you're wearing a couple different hats. But again, I love coaching linebackers. It's near and dear to my heart.
One of the stories we're doing for today is just the battle you guys got going at Sam. I know you really like both the young athletes you got there.
Yeah.
First to start with Jacob Hadley, how do you think he's adjusting to the weight he put on, and what do you think of him playing linebacker?
He's doing great. I mean, I love Jacob. I mean, everything with Jacob is about pad level because he's, I joke that he's 6'12". I mean, the kid is, he's long. I mean, he's all a 6'5", maybe even a 6'6", and he's a great kid, though. He's smart. He's tough. He just needs to. There's a feel. It's not like playing in the back end or even playing receiver or corner like he did over in the Magic City. It's a feel, and I think that you can see progress in the last few weeks, just in terms of like rolling into his pressure or, even just stance and alignment things as a linebacker. I think the sky's the limit for him and Balue. I mean, like I was just saying to another fella, neither one's a starter, neither one's a backup right now. They are truly in probably one of the best competitions in camp, and will continue through the summer and into fall camp. And both will play a lot in Pullman. So now it's just a matter of who can win the job. I mean, at the same age. I told him I have no favorites when it comes to you puppies, because you're both both trying to win the job, and so you're seeing them go with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. I guess is what I'm saying. They got a long way to go, but they're making strides. Balue's got twitch. I mean, he really does. He's an undersized guy. Like if you look at him, it looks like DeVito and Schwarzenegger and twins. I mean, it's you can like Jacob can rest his arm on Balue's shoulder, but Balue's got a lot of twitch. He's a good dude. I mean, he's squirrely. I call him, he's just a squirrely little sucker. He's like an Energizer bunny. He's always, it's like him at 6 a.m. and him at 6 p.m. It's the exact same. It's just like a little spaz. But I love the kid. I like both those guys, and they're working, and we just got to fine tune a lot of things.
In the defense that they were running before you got here, Sam played out in space slot. I know you guys did that a little bit, but what's the main responsibility of the Sam linebacker in this defense?
Yeah, generally our Sam, well, not generally, our Sam will 99% of the time go to the field. So he will be removed a lot. He will be a space guy. And so you got to be an athlete. And you look at those two. I mean, I know they played different positions in high school, but I mean, shoot, Jacob's a corner, wide receiver, safety, now linebacker. You know, Balue's an old buckish type rush end, running back, athletes. They're both athletes, and so, and that's what we got to keep building on this defense. And if we want to get this thing to where it needs to be, we got to just keep recruiting athletes. You know, that's what I said at junior day. I don't care what you play. You know, if you got a little bit of length and size and can run and you got good hips and can make open field tackles, that's what we're looking for. Athletes. And you know, people have asked me like, oh my gosh, how can you move Mac McNell? He's blah, blah. Well, he's an athlete, you know. He immediately made our tackle-to-tackle inside linebacker play better because he's an athlete. I mean, you know, I bet if you asked him too, he'd probably say the move's been good for him.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a lot of things with him. We can move him all over the place. He's so savvy with his hands. You know, you watch him; he doesn't get blocked very much, which is, you know, that's a tough skill to have as a linebacker.
Last year, defensive line, you guys were short so many bodies. Now having bodies back, how much is that helping you guys out?
Well, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was a complete, you know, decimation there, you know, at the fall camp, at the end of fall camp, and you know, a lot of young guys had to play. I mean, I look at guys like Marcus and Derek and Zach and Tucker. I know I'm not seeing a lot of Tucker right now because of his shoulder, but there was a lot of young dudes that took a lot of turns. I mean, even Grant. I mean, think about it. The year before, Grant was playing inside linebacker, and then we moved him to Buck. You know, and these guys. Some of these guys are wily old vets now. And they still got a few years to play. So, I mean, you know, we played a lot of dudes last year that have a lot of eligibility remaining. So, you know, I know we only won 4 games, so that's either a really good problem to have or we got to keep getting better. But they'll be fine. I mean, we threw a lot of those kids into the fire at young ages. So
Seems like with Tucker out, Brandon Hayashi's really embracing the opportunity there.
He's awesome, man. He's been fighting through I mean, you can tell he's tough. I mean, our inside guys are just war daddies, man. They're tough. I look at Zach. I mean, he played through an elbow last year. Tucker is a man-child who, I mean, it's killing him not being out there. Brandon Hayashi, you know, he's fighting through an arm, but he hasn't missed a rep. And he's really kind of established himself as one of the leaders in that group. He's kind of like the den mother, you know. He is. He's kind of an old soul, and I think our guys look to him, in that regard. He was a fantastic get this time last year, whatever it was. Really like Brandon.
And Tyrone Fontenot, having him back in the fold.
Yeah, man, Ty's the man. He's been. You can tell that first week he was dusting off a little bit of the, you know, the injury and the time off. But I expect Ty to have a big time season, junior season this year.
Yep.
Ty's another, you know, I look at Ty Rupp as a leader in that group too. He don't say a whole lot, but just in terms of leading by example and working the way he does, and I think Ty's gonna be a dang good player, I think.
Last one for you. What do you hope to get out of Saturday?
Well, I hope we play better than we did last year. The way I remember it, the only positive we really had defensively is I think we got some takeaways. I think we had 3 or 4, whatever the total was. But we also made Woody Brandon look like Rob Gronkowski. We did. He looked like an All-American, and which is fine. He did so well that we just stole him and made him a defensive player the next fall. We just got to go play well. That was the thing I was frustrated. I didn't think we went and played real well, and so I don't plan on calling a zillion calls. I really don't. I just want to go see us execute some groove calls, some DNA calls that I know will be in the package in the fall, and go play fast and clean. And obviously, I'd love to see us get some takeaways, no injuries, knock on wood. Go enjoy the Electric City, and I mean the Triangle's unbelievable. I obviously had read about it, and heard about it for a dozen years, and then get to experience that last year. You know, with over 1,000 people, and I mean it's an unbelievable deal. They do an unbelievable job, and I think we got Thurman Thomas this year, which would be great. So yeah, my 2 triangles are Joe Theismann and Thurman Thomas. I mean, 4 Super Bowls in a row. I remember watching all 4. That's how old I'm getting. I remember watching all 4 losses. So, no, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun experience. I'm fired up. And like I said, I just want to see defensively us go have a better showing than we did here.